So this is the topic which is from railway, airport, and harbor engineering. So this is the unit one title, route alignment in survey. So the presentation is about mainly on to route alignment of surveys. So first one is we discussed what are the stages in constructing of new railway line. There are various steps has been involved in the construction of railway line. So I listed 4 to 8 points which have been involved in the stages of constructing of new railway line. So the first one is validation of new railway line construction, marking tentative alignments, then recognition survey, then selection of good alignments, then preliminary survey of alignment, then final alignment survey, then final survey report. So these are all included in the stages of new railway line constructions. So first, moves to the topic. First, having the elaboration that the comes into the strategic consideration. So sometimes it becomes essential to join 2 points by the railway line for the strategic purposes, so that in case of emergency, the army can transfer from one point to another point. So such a manner is called as strategic consideration, linking of trade centers. So by passing of trains, the train should cover the trade centers where it was. While constructing of new railway line, the trade centers should included within the new track formation. So true trade centers may not be linked up by a railway line. In such a railway line, the new railway line is proposed between two such a trade centers. Next one is connecting of port. Connecting of port, it means that connecting of port with the interior of the country. Only it based on the interior part of the country. A port is sometimes is not connected with the interior of country. In such that it becomes essential to have the new railway line joining the port and the trade center of the interior of the country. So this also included in this topic. The next one is shortening of existing route. So already we proposed a route, so it may covers over long distance when it is compared to this one. So where the cost will get negotiated and where the cost will be reduced to less. So we can prefer that kind of routes for the shortening of the existing route. So it's also reduce the time and also reduce the expenses in terms of cost. A route exists between 2 points, but if it is possible to shorten the existing route, a new railway line to be laid. So this is also one of the points that we have to consider that while for shortening the existing route, we have to first plan this one. So the existing route which will consume the more time when we have to propose this new route which is having the shortened period of time. So we included this proposed new route for the shortening of the existing route. This is one of the consideration. Then laying of branch line. So when we have the main line, then we have give some the subordinate line to the travel of train. So it will be divided into some other branches. It will be useful for the traveling of passengers and also the diversion from the junction to the stations. So all the trains are meeting in the junction and it will be diverted into the branches in this subordinate way. So such a way is called as laying of bridge lines. It becomes necessary sometimes to lay the branch line to an existing main line to develop certain other cities on the proposed branch line. The new branch line will serve as a feeder line for the existing main railway line. Then also it also covered the undeveloped area. It means that the area which have the rich in the mineral resources and natural wealth like timber resources, not only I specifically mean that the timber resources, some other resources also behind in the undevelopment area, but we have to take into consideration of the undevelopment area and we have to lay out the laying of new railway tracks which should cover this undeveloped area also. So when we want to construct a new railway line, is led to develop an area which have been rich in the mineral resources and also the natural wealth like timber resources. Next, what are the factors to be considered for the cost efficiency? So the factors that are considerable for this one, so this may be should have the least amount of cost. Cost should be the minimal one, and it composed of what are it composed of means it should be the minimal in the capital cost, maintenance cost, renewable expenditure, and working expenses. The route should be selected as to bring sum of all this cost should be the minimum. But for consideration of a new constructing of new railway line, so these factors to be considered as a main thing because the cost is should not move over the budget. The expenditure, if you move over the budget, it will create some problems, like such as delaying of the project. So delaying of project which may suffer the construction timing also. Next one is safety. The next one is speed. So these are also considerable one. So safety, the available of passenger and goods traffic should be transported safely. The route should be laid as to have minimum chance of train accidents. Then speed. Route should be selected as having the reasonable speed of train. So this is also considerable one. Then we have the different types of surveys has been included in the new track construction. The first one is recognition survey, then preliminary survey, then location survey. So in this recognition survey, we have to first making the engineering survey, first engineering survey. It is carried out in the territory which is not being previously surveyed for the purpose of laying a new construction line. So the objectives are follows as to obtain the general knowledge of the whole territory where we have located our new line. To obtain this information regarding the selling features of the territory. So the information which is gathered from the recognition survey are traffic recognition survey and engineering recognition survey. So from this recognition traffic recognition survey, they consist of collection of information regarding the following. The first one is general character of the country and the extent of cultivation, then information regarding the local industries and religious festivals. The general conditions such as regard the prosperity of the people in the locality and density of the population and its distribution. So mainly it means that when a track which should cover these all the traffic because while we are laying the track, the people consumption should be the maximum. Then only we can get the revenue for the government. So revenues become based on this traffic recognition survey. The probably amount of traffic to be served by a new railway line, the probably new railway traffic lines to be opened to join large center of trades, the nature and volume of exports and their destination, the amount of import and center of their distribution, possibilities or and development of industries as a result of new railway line, visiting all trade center, consultation with the prominent citizens and local authorities regarding the most suitable route for the railway. The standard of construction required for carrying the probable traffic, the study of existing means of transport system. These are all comes under the category of traffic survey. Then engineering recognition survey should know the physical features of the country. That means where we lay the traffic railway line, it should be the comes under this features. The surface formation of ground, the nature of soil and its classification, then streams, rivers of an intermediate vicinity, especially those which are likely to cross the proposed railway line, position of hills and lakes. sample of water from the wells, rivers, etc. So as to ascertain whether the water is suitable for in the locomotive or not. Availability of material, labor for the construction work. So these are all the things which have been kept in mind to while we are doing for the surveying and are also for the construction of new railway line. The factors to be kept in view during this recognition survey: area, then existing road. So the existing road condition, starting of road and assumptions. A few assumptions are made that so actually this will be applicable or not. When we will not move to the applicable one, we have to reject that one. So survey route, then ocular illusions, then revenues. So these are all the surveys which is covered in the recognition survey. Then preliminary survey. So after conducting this recognition survey, we moved into this preliminary survey. The objectives of the preliminary survey is to conduct the survey work along the alternate route found by the recognition survey and to determine with greater accuracy the cost of the railway line along the alternative routes. The importance of preliminary survey. It is desired that the final route and recommends only one particular route in the preference to the other alternate route. So this should be carried out with a greater precision as on it depends upon the alignment of final route. So then final one is location survey. From this location survey to carry out getting the detailed survey along the route which have been found and fixed the most economical route from the data of the preliminary survey. It is established the center line of the actual track to be laid as soon as the location survey is completed. The construction work is also get started. So works of our location survey it is carried in two stages. One is paper location and another one is field location. Paper location, the final route selected is put upon the paper and details such as gradient, curve, contour or workload. So paper work is nothing but we have to identify the location where the gradient is available, grade, curves available, contours are available. So all the working drawing are prepared even of minor structure such as signal cabin also included in this part. So the field location transfers paper location on the ground. It gives all the requirement of construction engineers such as benchmarks, levels, measurement, etc. So central line pegs are also the 300-meter along the central line of the path. So every change of direction and beginning also we have to mark. So these are the things which are included in the survey which has been conducted for the new track laying. So thank you for the wonderful session.